story, shit was different with me. God's plan, God's plan. I hold back sometimes I won't. Yeah.
Hello, you guys. How you guys doing today? For the ones that don't know me, my name is Fidel, you guys, and I trade the stock market. Majority I focus on trading penny stocks. And make sure you guys follow me. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Give it a thumbs up if you guys think you guys capture or learn something today that could benefit you when it comes to trading the stock market. And share it with friends so they can learn about what I'm about to talk about today. So hello, you guys. Today I wanted to make a video on how you could grow your account making 10% a trade every day. Making 10% a trade at least every day, team. So that's the subject that I want to talk about today. Okay, team? If you guys want to reach out to me for any advice, any question, or the one-on-one training, or to join the live trading that I do every morning, feel free to send me a message. Send me a message through the Facebook or through the Discord, okay? All right, team. So let's get started, team. So this is basically, I made this so you guys can learn how I basically focus on growing my account at least 10% a trade every single day. Okay, and that gives me about at least around 200% a month. You know, sometimes it is a little bit less, or sometimes it's a lot more than that. All right, team. So let's get into it, team. Okay, you guys have any questions, just leave a comment and I will get back to you guys as soon as possible. I'll try to do my best to reply to you guys as soon as possible if you guys have any questions about what we're talking about tonight. Okay, so first, you guys, always make sure there's an upward trend. Okay, if we're going long, basically being a bull, you know, we gotta make sure it's an upward trend. You know, it's going up. Okay. Second, what I do, you guys, I make sure there's volume. That's the second thing I do. After I see the trend is up, second I do, I make sure there's volume, and I make sure the volume is at least 3 times the amount of the average volume, you guys. And when I get in, after I check several other things, when I get in, I make sure the volume is increasing from that 3 times amount of volume, and increasing, and so on, because you know it will fluctuate, but you gotta make sure it keeps increasing. Okay, and after I check the volume, I check where's the resistance and where's the support, and I check those indicators to see the resistance and support, because I want to see where's the chart at the close to the resistance, or still have way more room to get to the resistance, or in the middle, or low to the support. You know, I want to see where we're at, because I don't want to buy too low to the support, and I don't want to buy too close to the resistance, or at the resistance, or sometimes just above the resistance. Because if I do that mistake, right, I could be buying in negative already, buying in and already just losing money as I've just bought in. So I don't want to do that. You see what I'm saying, team? So always find out what's the resistance and what's the support. And what I tell my students, go back as far as you can to compare what the price is at now, or what the chart is at now, basically the pattern to where it was then. It could be 3 months, 6 months, a year, etc. All right, team? Then when I notice that everything's checking out okay, I look at the max signal, and I have to make sure the max signal is over the blue signal. If it's below the diversion, I have to see how much, because you know there's more risk involved. Now, if the max signal just crossed over the blue signal, so about to cross over the blue signal above the diversion, that's a good indicator. Again, if everything else checks out, the volume, the resistance, support, for me basically to get in. Okay, and that's a good indicator, the max signal. So that's something we have to learn. I made a video on that, you guys, too, on the max signal, the indicator, so you could see exactly what I mean, because the max signal is a very good indicator that could help you identify when it's a good time for you to buy and when it's a good time for you to sell before everything starts happening. Okay. And then another thing I check out too, team, is that to find out if it has high percentage growth. So I'm looking at a stock right in pre-market time. Let's say it's up 30%, 20%, 40%. You know, especially if it's up 30-40%, you guys, there's sometimes a reason behind that. And sometimes it could be a news catalyst or some FDA approved, you know, etc. Could keep going on. But sometimes you have to find out what is going on, because sometimes it will give you some confidence. So if something goes wrong or you're down, it will give you confidence to hold up, because it's going to recover and pick itself up. And majority of the time it does. You see what I'm saying? If you got in at a wrong place, or other different examples. But it's good to find out what's the catalyst, or why is it moving up. If you wake up and you look at the stock pre-market time, or right with the bell open, and it's up 40, 30, 50%. That's the reasoning behind that. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Now, another indicator that I look for, or after I find all those indicators and everything checks out, again, the uptrend, the support, the resistance, the max signal. If it has high percentage growth pre-market time, I find out why it has high percentage growth. What I mean by high percentage growth, again, by me telling you guys it's up 40-50% pre-market time. There's usually a reason behind that, and that helps me build confidence. And after all that checks out, you guys, I try to look at the pattern or the chart and try to find out what strategy I'm playing. And second of all, I put a plan down. You see what I'm saying? So after all that stuff checks out, and it could be pre-market time or after hours or open bell, it doesn't matter when, in day, in tray, in the middle of the day, it doesn't matter when, you guys. Okay, if all that stuff checks out, I look for the strategy that I'm gonna play for that pattern. Second of all, I pull my plan together, and I pull my plan in the way that, this is where I'm buying, and this is where I'm cutting my losses if everything goes sour, and this is what I'm selling. Okay, and when it comes to me to selling, you guys, I always try to calculate, do my math. Okay, so I get in at this price, right? For example, I got in at let's say I get in at $1, right? And I set it at $1.10. See, that's 10% growth right there. That's my plan. Okay, and I do the calculation to see how much percentage growth or what price I have to sell it for me to lock in that 10%. So then I do my plan according to that. Okay, so I could benefit from that. So I try to see, okay, look, this is where I'm gonna get in at the chart, and this is where I'm gonna do my best to sell it at right here at this price. And sometimes, you guys, from my experience, I have got so good at it that sometimes I get in, and as soon as I get in, not even a couple seconds later, I'm up that 10%. Literally seconds later, I'm up that 10%, or sometimes a couple minutes later, I'm up 10%. And when I'm up 10%, you guys, what I do, sometimes I put a sell limit stop loss there, or a stop loss, or a stop limit right there. So it's above that price now, so I could lock in that profit. So if it drops below that profit unexpectedly on me, I lock in that 10%. But I really don't do that. But that's a good idea, But I really don't do that, because I used to do that when I was a little bit more of an amateur, try to make sure I take my 10%. But what I do is that if I'm above the 10%, I look at the max signal. If everything looks good and all the indicators look good, again, the max signal, you see that? And the volume looks good, you guys. Again, watch the video of the max signal, you guys. And everything looks good. I try to hold it longer, 10, 15, 20%, and majority when it hits 20%, team, I cut. I'm out. I sell that shit and I'm out. Take that money home. Every day, you guys. For the ones that don't follow me, you guys will probably don't know. Of course, you guys don't follow me. Again, follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, Trade with Fidel on Facebook, Trade with Fidel on Instagram. Again, Trade with Fidel on the Discord app. I'll leave all the links below, you guys. You'll be able to see there on Facebook, on Instagram, on the Discord, all my profits. Me taking 10, 15, 20, 30, 80, 100, 200, 400, 500, 800% in one trade. Okay? But I do my best, and I always plan my trade to do my best to take at least 10% a trade. Okay? So, again, that's what I do. I calculate my math to do my best to sell at that 10%. Now it surpasses 10%. I let the max signal ride as far as I could ride it. Then when I notice the max signal struggling, or it's about to face down, trend down on me, I sell it. Okay? And always do my best to take that 10%. And again, when it goes above the 10%, I do my best to lock it in. Especially when I'm up 10%, right? Then it goes up to like 15%. Then it drops down to like 13, 14, 12%, 13. You see, like it's struggling right there. Some turbulation, I guess you could say. I sell it. 12%, 30%, 14%. I sell it because my plan is to take at least 10% home, baby. Okay, so that's what I do, you guys. But what works, again, make sure it has an upward trend. Again, check the volume second and foremost. Always check the volume, because the volume is a good indicator that lets you know if the stock is weak, boring, are we gonna have some momentum, or is it overcrowded? Okay, so that makes a difference. Again, support, resistance. Make sure the max signal is about to crack over that blue signal. Doesn't matter, we are below the divergence or above the divergence, especially above the divergence. Capture it, lock it in. Take that 10%. Do the math so you can see what percentage or at what price you have to set it, so you can lock in that 10%. Play your strategy according to what you see. Plan your plan. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. And once you hit that 10%, lock it in, secure it one way or another. Like I tell my team, you have two ways to sell it: underneath it or below it. For the ones that don't know what that means, all right, because you are now my students, I mean, you better capture it by the stop loss if it goes down, or sell it at a sell limit, because we don't do market here, baby. All right. So again, I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you guys were able to understand what I mean in how to, basically understand how you could lock in at least 10% a trade. 10% a trade. But you have to plan it out. And you have to look for everything that I just mentioned to make sure all that stuff checks out. All right, team, and be able to lock in your profit. Okay? 10% a day. 10% a day. That's a shitload of money. That's a shitload percentage gain. Okay? All right, team. Again, if you guys got something out of it, give it a thumbs up. Share it with your other traders, other friends, so they could get something out of them too. And if you guys, again, want to join the group, Trade with Fidel, I'll leave all the links below. Make sure you follow me. And reach out to me if you have any questions. All right, traders, you guys have a good day.
I tell her only partly. I only love my bed and my mom. I'm sorry. 50 dub.